Channel 2 News, we'll tell you how one Waikiki theater is keeping an almost forgotten part of moviegoing alive. The longest-running live entertainment in Waikiki is at the Waikiki Theatre No. 3. We're talking about live theater organ music. And today, a theater in Virginia and the Waikiki No. 3 are the only show houses with live organ music in the country. Emmy has more on tonight's Island Style.
Theater organ music dates back to the silent movie era. In those days, a house organist would accompany the motion picture's action and moods, scoring the soundtrack live. Today, folks like Bob Alder provide the same kind of theater organ music for a different reason.
It's something completely different. It's live entertainment that very few theaters in the world have anymore. And because our intermissions are quite long, with a large theater like this, it takes quite a while to get everybody in and get them seated. And this serves to entertain the audience before they're seated and keep them pacified while they're waiting for the movie to start.
Historically, theater organ music in Hawaii dates back to the 20s and 30s. At the Waikiki No. 3, the island-style tradition began in 1936 with Edwin Sawtelle.
Sawtelle played from 1936 to 1955, and then Johnny DeMello played from 1955 to 1978. Frank Loney was organist from 1978 to 1982, and I've been here ever since.
Today, the same organ they all use, now nearly 60 years old, continues to faithfully churn out the tunes for theater intermission entertainment. Alder, who began his career as a theater organist 30 years ago, is celebrating his 10th anniversary at the Waikiki No. 3. He plans to show the movie classic The Stowaway with Harold Lloyd and provide the kind of music his predecessors did decades ago. At his concert Sunday morning, 9:30 here at the Waikiki Theatre No. 3, Bob Alder promises theater pipe organ music which accompanied the silent movies and tunes of Hawaii's territorial era. Those songs will include original compositions by former theater organist Johnny DeMello and other tunes of Hawaii yesteryear. And that's Island Style. I'm Emmy Tumimbang, Channel 2 News.
Very nice. Jim and I were just humming along there with that.
Screen films today have become high-tech in sound and image, but it used to be you only needed pictures and an organ. Well, as Farland Chang reports, one man is trying to show the old days can still be fun.
Bob Alder could very well be in a theater back in the 1920s. That's when silent films were the rage, and when theaters hired one organ player instead of a full orchestra to save money. Only 3 such organs are still playing in Hawaii, and this morning Bob and the Theater Organ Society are raising money to restore them.
Most of the theaters during the late 30s started removing their organs, or at least they were letting their organists go because sound movies had come in and they didn't really feel a need for them.
Those laughs you hear are for the film to which Bob is giving an original score. Parts of the film were made in Hawaii and on a Matson cruise ship. It stars the legendary comic Harold Lloyd in the classic film The Stowaway. Playing music to silent films requires a special skill.
Staying on top of all the gags. There's lots of sight gags, and it's really important to be right there and be ready for them as soon as they come up and try to have the sound effects for them to make it appropriate. I've actually seen this one about 20 times. We've had it almost 20 years, and so this is a print that I own, and I have been able to use it many, many times before, so I'm pretty familiar with this, but every time I do it, it's a little bit different.
The films seem to unite different ages among all those 100 watching.
Something that my parents went to. It was certainly not from my vintage, but I watched a little bit of it on TV, but you don't get the idea of it or the real feel of it until you're in a big theater with a really neat organ like this one has.
The organ really put a lot of excitement in the movie.
This kind of support, Bob Alder hopes, will save him and a handful of others in the U.S. from becoming just a rare reminder of how Americans used to have fun. Farland Chang, KGMB News.
Oh, the good old days.
They don't make them like that anymore, do they?
And I suppose for good reason. Matt Pinto here.